Hi YouTube, good morning and welcome back to another video. Today we are just hanging out, normal vlog style. I am taking you throughout my day in the life of bikini prep. I'm not sharing how many weeks out I am quite yet, though I do think I'm going to be sharing that info very soon. But what I can say is I'm still in the double digits, okay? So we have a pretty long ways to go until I'm actually stepping on stage. But in my last vlog, I had mentioned that I started working with a coach. I have a brand new program with him and I'm feeling honestly amazing on it. A lot of foods and quantity of foods have changed recently, as well as a ton of new supplements being implemented into my plan. And then also some changes to my training split itself. The only thing that hasn't really changed yet is my cardio, which you guys already saw I did this morning. I am currently doing 35 minutes of cardio 5 times a week, which is super bearable, very manageable. I know that's not gonna last forever, so I'm appreciating it right now. My coach gives me the option between fasted cardio and post-workout cardio. I opt for fasted. I've mentioned it before on this channel a few times, but just to reiterate, I just prefer it mentally. The few times I've tried to do my cardio post-workout, I notice I am just like sweating way more fatigue. I'm constantly checking the time and like counting down how long I'm stuck on there for, versus when I do it fasted, it feels really good. It's a good start to the day. I feel like I get it out of the way and then I don't have to worry about it, if that makes sense. It's just like part of my routine now. So I'm keeping fasted for now. And then the second thing my coach gives me an option with is my mode of cardio. Basically all that matters is I am getting my heart rate to a certain point, whether that's on the treadmill, an elliptical, a bike, a Stairmaster, that is fully up to me right now. I have converted, okay? I hate to admit it, but I am a Stairmaster girly now because I did try doing it on the treadmill earlier this week because all of the Stairmasters at my gym were taken and I had a miserable time, all right? And I think that is groundbreaking for me. If you have been watching me long enough, I used to actually despise the Stairmaster with my whole heart and soul, but now she's my bestie. We hang out every morning together. So that is it for cardio for right now. Basically fasted, 35 minutes, Stairmaster 5 times a week. Feels really good. I'm used to it by now. Still definitely gets my heart rate up, which we love to see. Also, the gym I go to is just like my local community gym for cardio. And where the Stairmaster is, like the room it's in, because there's multiple rooms, there is no AC right now. Even when I go first thing in the morning, it is already like 90 degrees out here in Texas every single day. So I have been sweating my petunias off, which has not been fun. But besides that, cardio is great. Now that cardio is over with and I'm back home, it is time to take all of my fasted supplements. So we're gonna run through the list real quick and then we will make our breakfast. Before we get into showing my actual plan, I wanna do a very quick disclaimer. I say this on every video that I do like this. This is my current program being a certain amount of weeks out from stepping on stage. What works for me is not guaranteed to work for you. I am not telling anyone what supplements to take, what to eat, how much to eat, or even how to train. I am simply showing my day in prep because people asked. Okay, I don't take that many things while still on an empty stomach, but these are my fasted supplements that I take right before I eat. So first up is my liquid L-carnitine. You guys know I love this. It stays in the refrigerator. This is L-carnitine 1500 by the brand ProSups in the flavor berry. And it just tastes amazing. Any L-carnitine will do. Next up on the list is L-glutamine. This is one of those supplements that I've added recently that I swear is making a difference in my digestion. You're supposed to take it between 1 and 3 times daily. I do in fact take it 3 times daily, so you'll see this guy pop up later today as well, but the first dose is right before my breakfast. And then last up on the list is a probiotic. I get this one specifically. It is cultural probiotic and prebiotic. And the only reason I get this one is I had gotten a biome test done and they give you feedback specifically based on your current microbiome on what pre and probiotics that you are missing and should take. And this one just aligned really well with my personal gut health. So while it's a gummy, and I know I can't have gummies forever because they unfortunately do have calories, this one has just been in my plan for a really long time. I really like how I feel on it. Always keep in mind that everyone's gut microbiome is going to be very different, very personal. That's basically it for my first thing in the morning supplements. We're gonna make breakfast now and I'll show you guys what I take after. Okay, my breakfast is looking really similar to what I showed you guys in my last full day of eating, just a few little changes. I'm starting off with weighing out my egg whites. We are doing 6 ounces. Also, I thought this was common knowledge, but I got some comments and actual DMs about people not knowing how to measure out their egg whites without wasting an extra dish. I like to zero it out on the scale and then pour it and then take the negative. Hopefully that makes sense. This is how I've always done it. I didn't realize it wasn't normal. After that, I am adding just 1 whole egg on top. I like to have my whole egg be a little bit runny, so I just add this a little bit later once the egg whites are already partially cooked. While I wait for those egg whites to get cooking, I get started on my carbs. So I am currently having 65 grams of oats in the morning, weighed out dry, and then I add my water, I pop it in the microwave, and then we'll add a few toppings after for flavor. I have recently accidentally been buying rolled oats, which I honestly don't love. I prefer a finer oat, but I noticed if you let it sit after and really soak in the water, they taste a lot better. So on top of this, I am adding some cinnamon, a pinch of salt, and then a little bit of sugar-free maple syrup just to make it taste good because I hate plain oatmeal. Sue me. Okay, now that we have the full breakfast buffet going, the full lineup, the eggs are plated, my oats are ready to go. The last thing I have to weigh out are 60 grams of blueberries. I think most people would just add this to their oatmeal, but I weirdly don't like the texture of like hot fruit. Does that make sense? Am I weird? Am I alone in this? So I literally just weigh it out and sometimes eat it directly on its own, or I'll add it to my plate with the eggs and just try my best not to get any egg yolk on them. Another really essential part of my program I forgot to mention is my water intake. I get at least 1 gallon of water in per day, and this first water bottle specifically has apple cider vinegar mixed with some water flavoring to make it a little more bearable, and I like to sip on this while I'm fasted and as I make and eat my breakfast. It is time for post-breakfast supplements. This is probably like the longest list I take. Like the majority of the pills I take every day are right after breakfast, so we're just gonna run through everything. I'll briefly tell you what it is and why I'm taking it. I do want to note that my fish oil and my zinc specifically, my coach has requested for me to get a specific brand. I ran out of that specific brand literally 2 days ago. So yesterday I ran to my local grocery store. That way I would not miss a day, but I have the correct brand ordered and on its way. So while I show you the item, I will also pop up a picture of the specific supplement I'm supposed to be taking. Starting off with fiber, these are just no sugar added fiber gummies. This brand makes a powder. I should probably be taking the powder, but the thought of drinking an orange flavored powder makes me actually want to throw up. I know I'm just being childish. I'll get over it at a certain point in prep. Maybe when I run out of this bottle, I'll give the powder a go. But either way, fiber, surprisingly, I've never taken. I think because I assumed with how many veggies I eat that my fiber intake was already, if anything, too high. These have proved otherwise, okay? I highly recommend you give fiber a go. Just see how your body responds. My body is responding incredibly well to this. I just take 3 gummies because that's a serving. Next up on the list is NAC. It's basically like a derivative of a certain amino acid. This is really good for just supporting, like, honestly, overall health. It has a lot of functions, a lot of support. I know it's good for your liver, it's good for your immune system. Next up, this is the one I ran out of, so keep in mind that the picture is the brand I typically have, is an omega-3. I mainly take this one for cardiovascular support. Next up, we have some vitamins. I take vitamin C, vitamin D3. I get this liquid B12B complex. Obsessed with this stuff. When I mentioned in the last vlog how much my mood and energy has increased, I can definitely testify that this is one of them. I was with my mom one day. She was coming to visit for my brother's show, and I was in the worst mood, okay? Keep in mind, I was like low on food that day, not feeling great about myself, but I was seriously in such a funk, felt awful, felt so fatigued. And she was like, you know what you need? You need liquid B12. Let's go get some. We walked into Whole Food. I put this under my tongue, and I'm not kidding. My mood went from like 0 to 1,000,000 in the next like 30 minutes. And I was like, oh wow, you were right. And also just in general, B complex has a lot of benefits. Next up is another one I don't have the correct brand of on me, but wanted to go and buy one anyway so that I didn't run out. It's just zinc. Popping up the actual one, I believe it's zinc plus something else. And then I think last on the list, hopefully I didn't miss anything, I just like to take a digestive enzyme with every single meal. I love the brand Enzymedica. Their Digest Basic and Digest Gold are my absolute favorite. I typically take the Gold, though it's just a little bit more expensive, and I already had this one in my pantry, so we're just gonna finish this bottle before buying another one. Those are all of my morning vitamins and supplements. I know it seems like a lot, but honestly I've gotten down the routine of just like one after another, taking them all and then moving on with my day. I repeat some of these supplements later today, as you will see, and also introduce some new ones later today. There is a method to the madness, all right? Certain things need to be digested with food. Certain things are better for nighttime, morning time. I'm gonna take all these now, and then I will check in with you guys when I have my little mid-morning snack in like an hour, hour and a half. We'll see. It's been about like 90 minutes since I had my breakfast, and it is time for our mid-morning snack. Written on my actual initial program was one of these Oko's 000 Greek yogurts, which honestly the macros on these are phenomenal, really high in protein, really low in fat. I obviously informed my coach that I can't have dairy. Your girl is extremely lactose intolerant. So we found the solution was a non-dairy yogurt. He said just like anyone with decent macros. I found this one by So Delicious. It's basically just like a coconut-based yogurt alternative. The macros are fairly good. For 3/4 of a cup, it's 90 calories, 6 fat, 9 carb, 1 protein. I would say the biggest difference between this and the initial brand is this one is definitely a lot lower in protein context. Here is where the little life hack comes in. I basically take this, I weigh it out, my 3/4 of a cup, and then I add half a scoop of hydrolyzed whey protein. This is also on my plan, and I messaged my coach immediately and said, again, I'm super lactose intolerant. I can't have whey protein, and he educated my ass that hydrolyzed whey protein goes through a level of processing that takes out all the lactose. And I was like, fine, if you say so, I'll try it, but when I get sick, that's on you. And I've had this in my plan now for 3 weeks, and it does not bother my stomach at all. So for my other lactose intolerant girlies out there, this brand is great. Okay, 3/4 a cup is 170 grams, so we're just gonna pour this out. 170 on the dot. I don't weigh out half a scoop of protein, I just kind of eyeball it since I have a full scoop later today anyway. Okay, and now we just give it a good stir until it's all mixed in. It is time for the next meal of the day, which is actually my pre-workout meal. I'm about an hour and a half or so out from actually going and working out. I like to time my meals with at least an hour, if not more, before going to the gym, because I like to give my body time to digest, so I don't feel bloated or like it's gonna come back up while I'm in the middle of my workout. You'll also see that I have a good amount of carbs in this meal. This also gives my body time to actually digest them, so I can use them as fuel for my workout. My plan is to eat this real quick and then immediately head out and start heading in the direction of my gym. I am going to be stopping along the way at a parking garage to take some product photos. I was wearing this in the gray version in my last vlog. You guys seem to like it, which I'm so happy about. This is my brand new tank top for my clothing brand, The Midnight Motive. So the plan is to not only use this food as fuel for my workout, but also to fuel my miniature pump for our photo shoot. I don't know if I'm actually gonna be modeling the tank tops today. I am on my period and not feeling my hottest, sexiest self, which is a damn shame, but that's okay. Life of a woman. But I will at least be taking flat lays of both tank tops together so that I can start rolling these out and teasing them over on our Instagram page. So that is the plan. Without further ado, let's go assemble this meal together. My kitchen is looking like a little bit of a hot mess right now. Trust the process here. I'm gonna start by weighing out my lean ground turkey. I am weighing out 4 ounces and then quickly popping this in the microwave. Once it's out of the microwave, I am having 170 grams of jasmine rice. I just cooked this, so I figured it'd be good to weigh it out now before I put the rest up. I add just a little bit of cucumber on top. I've talked about this in the past, like of course having vegetables and fiber with every meal is essential, but I also know that sometimes too much can bloat me before a workout, so I like to keep it pretty light. Okay, the last part of my pre-workout meal, Miss Almond Butter. Okay, I am so eternally grateful for her. She is beautiful, she could do no wrong. I just weigh out 16 ounces. That'd be crazy. I weigh out 16 grams of this. And I feel like the normal human thing to do would be to somehow add this into the pre-workout meal, but not when you are an almond butter and peanut butter lover such as myself. I eat it like this. And I'm not gonna do it on camera because I know you're thinking about judging me right now. Okay, I lied, that wasn't it. I also forgot to mention that now is when I take my creatine. Nothing like some fresh supplements, am I right? I hate having to dig out the scooper though. That looks suspicious. I think it is impossible to do this not messily because the entire scoop is full of powder right now, but we're just doing 1 serving and about 12 ounces of water. This cup is from Target and I love it so much, but it has 1 flaw, and it's a pretty large flaw. Well, 2 flaws. Flaw number 1 and 2, because it's technically the same thing, is it has a straw. And I opted for this because I love a good straw. But what I didn't account for is how humiliating it is. And probably just for me. Definitely don't overthink this for yourself now that I said something. When you're like in the middle of the gym, having a good workout, you feel like a badass. There's nothing like cracking open your water bottle and having to sip out of like a little sippy straw. Like, how non-manly is this? It's embarrassing, right? I literally hide behind my gym bag every time I take a sip of water. Cause I'm like, God forbid someone sees me drinking out of my sippy cup. Second flaw, and major flaw, this one's like very serious, of this bad boy, is I live in Texas. It is over 90 degrees every day here in Texas. And something in the system of this likes to actually explode every time it's hot. For example, I'm heading to cardio earlier, right? I go, I put my gym bag and my water bottle in my car, and I'm like, oh crap, I forgot my headphones. I walk back into the house, maybe take like a minute, 2 minutes. I walk back out to the car and I'm like, some refreshing water. I go to open this lid, everywhere. All over me, all over my seats. Like, I wish I was exaggerating, and I will eventually try to catch it on camera for y'all. And it keeps happening, so like you would think I had learned, but I was like, no way that would happen. No way like a pressure chamber type of effect would happen in a minute. And apparently it does. So if you live in hot weather, maybe don't buy this one. And if you don't like being embarrassed at the gym, maybe don't buy this one.
How could I know it would be goodbye, my love? When did the close of forever come, my love? All I recall was a stare that was vacant and cold. Where did the spark go, the warmth that once stole my soul?
Just walked through the door for my workout. I'm freaking pooped. I have a headache. I'm gonna keep this one brief. I'm having 1 scoop of protein powder, just in a shaker cup, straight up. I try to get this in as quick as I can post-workout, and then I make my post-workout meal for right after it. So I'm gonna go do that off camera and then check in with y'all. Since I can't talk, apparently, when my head hurts, I become incompetent. Post-workout meal made. I have 150 grams of jasmine rice, 4 ounces of ground turkey, and then like 2 ounces of cucumber. Kind of crazy lighting, kind of crazy spot. You are currently in between my oven and my microwave because I am cooking my last meal of the night. I should definitely be in bed, but I'm not in bed, and we do not miss our protein in this house, so we are getting this meal down, and then I am forcing myself to stay upright to digest it for a little bit, and then we're going to sleep. Last meal of the evening, I just have 120 grams of rice. I get my pick on this meal of rice or sweet potato. I almost always choose sweet potato, but because I'm eating so late in the evening today and I know I digest rice just a little bit better, I opted for rice. And then 5 ounces of lean ground beef and half a tablespoon of olive oil. I apologize for this horrendous lighting. It is my only option right now. I do not have my tripod on me. Along with my dinner, I'm gonna go over all the supplements I take as my nightcap. I do want to add, because I forgot to show y'all, I did take another L-glutamine capsule after my workout before eating. I am taking another one after my last meal of the day. I'm also taking another omega-3 pill, another zinc pill, another NAC pill. Oh, I didn't show you zinc before. I think I held up the wrong thing. You get the point. Something I haven't taken yet today is my 5-HTP. I've done a lot of research on this since my coach, that's the word, since my coach recommended it, and this seems really good for mood support, which makes sense. Again, I'm telling you guys, I've been feeling great. This is often actually recommended for people with depression. Another thing I did not take earlier that I take at night is my iron. I have really drastically low iron. I have been told by doctors that I need to take this specifically, and I was in denial for a really long time. And my fatigue, like I told you guys earlier, was getting really bad, and I was with my mom. And I don't care how old I get. I could be in my freaking 40s with my own children. My mom is always gonna know best, okay? She's always gonna set me straight. And she was like, well, you are deficient in iron, you should probably take iron. And I said, fine, I guess, let's go buy iron. Since taking this every night, I don't even need to nap anymore. I don't feel like I'm constantly dying of fatigue anymore. I know a lot of these and my nutrition and my recovery play a role in that, but I'm telling you, like, iron and B12 have helped me so much, it's comical. Last 2 things on the list, except I don't have one on me, it's actually upstairs in my bedroom, and I am quite frankly too lazy to go get it. That one is a branch of ashwagandha. I feel like I always butcher the saying of that. I'm gonna slap up the exact one on the screen, and then along with that, I also take magnesium. So yeah, that is the lineup. I know it seems like a lot of pills, but once you get it like in your routine, it's really not that bad. I've been really enjoying everything on the list and my food. So I'm gonna go eat now and then chill for a little bit and then go to sleep. I just want to say thank you guys so much for watching, for being here, for being supportive. I'm really excited about my prep. I'm loving my plan right now. I feel kind of shitty right now because I'm on my period, but I think beyond that, I'm really excited about the overall progress I've been making. At the time of you watching this, I got my my tooth surgery that morning. So while you're watching this, I could potentially be like at the oral surgeon's office, which is a little scary for me. I'm not gonna lie, I'm a little nervous. Recovery seems like it might be a little long compared to other mouth things I've gotten done. It looks like I'm gonna be pretty swollen and icing my face for the first 48 hours and not able to eat or eat solid food for a few days. So if I don't post a vlog next week, that doesn't mean I'm going MIA again. It just means I am recovering and focusing on that. So yeah, that is all I have for you guys today. I will see you in the next one, which is hopefully sooner rather than later. I love you so much, and good night or good morning, but probably good night.